Hello everyone, I am back. It has been ages since I made a video, partially because it took me ages to finish this, but also because I was sick with a respiratory virus for about a month. So it was really hard to come back after that. But I have finished this and I'm here to do a flip through. This is a shabby chic double waterfall inspired by the venerable Gail Augustinelli. And she did one and I thought, wow, that looks like fun. And it was, but oh my gosh, this took a lot to do. And it is the chunkiest thing I have ever made. The pages are all Stamperia paper. The insides are everything that I had in my stash that seemed shabby chic. So there are things here from Artie Mays. There are things from oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. I'll point it out as I come to it. So I have on the spine, there's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch down the spine that's been reinforced with lace. And these are actual vintage buttons that you can use as you decorate yourself. It is held together with this pink, it's not vintage, it's kind of a plasticky velvet ribbon, but not plasticky, I should say like a nylon velvet. And it's tied on at that base there. So you can untie it and not have to go searching for it. It'll just lie to the side. And this is actual antique lace that I got at my local antique store. It's like a handkerchief, a corner of a handkerchief. And this is actual vintage, something that I just have in my stash I don't think this is vintage. And it's got some costume jewelry things on it, but it's pretty. And all the pages are edged with various laces and trims. So this first page, this is a paint chip tag. And I've got some other little bits and pieces in here. Oh, I've used a lot of these. These are from the Tim Holtz wallpaper. A lot of those. And this, I think, this printable, I think is Artie Mays. It's possible that it's either Toque or Tracy. I've lost track at this point. This is a Tim Holtz, one of those slotted pocket things. This is a Tracy label. And just lots of little tiny bits and pieces. Some of these are Tracy labels. Some of them are Tim Holtz. Various and sundry things. This is an altered envelope. Can you see that? Yes. Okay, good. Altered envelope with a tag inside. Oh, and this is napkin. This is, I believe, Artie Mays, the paper that I backed with, and it's trimmed in lace. These are little Stamperia tags and Stamperia papers and paper flowers, and this is a little bit of Sorry. And again, there are pockets and journaling cards. This is an envelope with a real vintage button. Inside is one of those postcards, but you could also open this up. You could glue it closed if you wanted it to stay glued closed, but you could write in that and have a secret journaling spot. And on here, this is a belly band, and it's a double belly band. There's a spot there and a spot behind. This is a piece of vintage lace that I have added these little embellishments on. They're little rose embellishments. I don't think they're vintage, but they're cute. This is real vintage lace. And some just different journaling spots. There's a lot of journaling space in here that is surprising to me how much it wound up being. Some cute little tiny postcards. This is a Stamperia postcard with one of those wallpaper flowers as a tuck. Some real vintage lace. This is Real Vintage Sorry. These are both Artie Mae's tags. They're trifold tags that I've backed with printed out doily. So again, oh, that one has printed out. I think this might be ledger from Toque. I'm not sure. Again, I've lost track of where everything came from because it was in my stash. These are tea cards in glassine envelopes. Or cigarette cards? No, these are tea cards. But both have butterfly cards in them. This is a decoupaged envelope with a, this is Artie Mae's. And that just flips. And then these are just, oh, these are bubble printed. These are bubble printed with, I used Liquitex acrylic in muted pink. And I also used the Reinker Victorian Velvet Distress Oxide. And then this one also has some vintage photo. Those were very fun to do. And I loved the way they came out. And I used several of those throughout here. Isn't that cute? Those are more of those little rose embellishments. And again, that's more of that bubble card. I think that's an envelope. I don't think there's anything in that envelope. That's just, oh no, I lie. There is. There's another bubble printed journaling card. These are for you to decorate and embellish. And I just stuck that there. So there are several different Stamperia. Oh, and this slides behind that tuck as well. This is the botanical, and then there are a couple that are specifically shabby chic. I think House of Roses and maybe Time, or House of the Garden or something. But they were very shabby chic Stamperia. This is an Artie Mae's. Oh, that's right. Over the top faux envelope. And I've just slid that over the top with the corner tucking in here. But I liked how this butterfly and this butterfly kind of went together. This is a fabric pocket with some of that embroidered embellishment and some little postcards that are just tucked in that pocket. This is that Spring Botanic, but I've glued 2 pages together to form a pocket, and this is just a little pad of that pink bubble printed, this is cardstock, so more journaling space, and that slides in there, and then the bow kind of sits outside. And then this one is a single one of those. This is just a single bubble printed index card that slides into that tuck. And here's another side one with a time card that has some little bits and pieces tucked in there. So I think this would make a great present for someone who's into journaling. These are Artie Mae's pockets, but the tags are Stamperia, little Stamperia tags in there. I just thought that was cute. At this point, I was starting to become a little conscious of bulk. So I was trying to not bulk it up too much. 2 Stamperia journaling cards and Artie Mae's folded, isn't she pretty? Folded tag with doily image on the back. This doily image could be Toque, or it could be Roxy Creations, or I think it might be I'm not even sure who that is anymore. I'm sorry. And there's a little bit of lace at the bottom that holds her in place. These are Tracy Fox flashcards. And this is this is the Foxglove kit from Artie Mae's. I guess it ought to, you could open it however you want. I like that image there. This is actually one of those background papers from Tim Holtz. And this is just this is not a tuck. It's just a embellishment. And there's another tag. And this is several little bits and pieces and tags in that side tuck. This is a coin envelope. However, I have not glued it down, and I've backed it with bubble printed craft paper. So these are both have journaling possibilities. And that tucks right in there. Oops, I guess, sorry. These two fold in. And this is Artie Mae's. Artie Mae's has a Time for Tea kit that those are from. And this is a kind of a handmade paper that I folded into a pocket that just has lots of little tucks in it. It is a little delicate. So this one goes in here and this one slides in there, but it looks pretty. This is real vintage lace. I love this particular lace. And these are some straightforward pockets with some of that bubble printed cardstock. It's folded in half, so there's quite a lot of journaling that you could do on each side. There. It's been edged with velvet. I used Victorian velvet to edge most things in this. Every once in a while I use vintage photo, but for the most part I edged everything in Victorian velvet. There's some vintage photo. And this is some vintage lace on a little cut off bit of bubble printed card. And these are just bits and pieces. These are from Bluebird Echo. I think this was a Blue Fern Studio ephemera pack that I've used in there. This came out fun. These are, hold on, let me get one out for you. Excuse my face or head if you can see it. These are one of these envelopes that I covered. It's a number, what number is it? Oh, this is just from Staples. Oh, it's a number 12 envelope that lives under my desk usually. And they're really big. And I just covered it in the foxglove paper and I gave it a little, this has got some washi tape and this spins to keep it closed. And it's the same on both sides. I actually don't have anything in them at the moment. Nope, that's for you to stick some little hidden things in, but I like how those came out. And these tabs I actually punched from some of paint chip. And these are tags that I made from that Tim Holtz backgrounds paper, just because the color was perfect. And then this is another one of those pages that I glued together to form a huge pocket. And then there are all kinds of bubble printed papers in here for you to use wherever you would like. And that slides in there. And I have just put some lace and ribbon on the clip that comes apart. Did not put anything on the back because this is almost the end and it's very wobbly and chunky. This is a slot pocket, a handmade slot pocket with these little oval tags from the Spring Botanic, and each one has some sari silk on it. And I just thought that was nice and pretty. And the nice thing about this is super flat. And then on the back here, there's a belly band with some Gets checks and a dyed card. And then in the very last back pocket that is got some decoupage rice paper on it is one more little tag. Oh, I guess, what does Gail call these? Hermelinda tags. And that is my uber wicked chunky double Gail Augustinelli, or I should double waterfall journal a la Gail Augustinelli. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Gail, for this inspiration. I will be putting this up on my Etsy and then over the weekend. Today is Friday, November 11th. It's Veterans Day. And thank you to those who have served. And And that is that. So my next project is going to be, I believe I'm going to try a field guide lap book. So if you're interested in seeing a field guide lap book come to life, come on back. Please don't forget to give me a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. Bye-bye.